Back in 2011, I installed a couple of solar panels with a 500-watt inverter. It would produce 128 watts, enough to run a few lights and a computer completely off the grid. I went on adding panels, and I bought a bigger inverter, in this case a quasi-sine wave inverter, 2300 watts, and my little off-grid system finally scaled up to a harvest of 1250 watt-hours. I hooked several lead-acid batteries, and with that battery bank, the system was able to handle a medium-sized refrigerator, a clothes washer, all the lights around my house, as well as my computer. I was able to live for years without using much power from the power company. I modified my domestic installation, splitting the circuits into two groups. One group powered by the power company and the other group powered by my 2300 watt inverter. Everything worked perfectly until the day when the batteries refused to accept any charge at all. I had to buy new ones. So I decided to leave the battery system alone and bought the necessary material for a grid tie system using microinverters. On early spring 2015, the grid tie system was producing 1800 watt-hours. I found this system much more convenient because it did not require batteries, and for the last 6.5 years it has yielded excellent results. I added a third circuit to my household installation, phase and neutral for 127 volt outlets, and for brief glitches in the power line, I installed a 300 watt panel and a small 500 watt inverter exclusively for backing up my computer, and a separate circuit, two-phase, for climate systems and water heaters. Everything turned out very well, until in 2021 we had a 12-hour blackout, with the refrigerator loaded with perishable frozen food, as well as some medicines that required refrigeration. Even when the grid tie system seemed so convenient to me, it automatically disables the operation of the microinverter whenever the power company is down, so it rendered totally useless. The refrigerator stopped, the heating system stopped, and even the lights went out. The only thing I could use was the computer, which went on working all day on a single solar panel. At that point, I discovered that if I still had my own off-grid battery system in working order, this blackout wouldn't have been a problem at all. And things were not bad for me, really. I cannot help thinking of those people who were depending on an oxygen concentrator, for whom such a situation can be fatal. By surfing the green energy market, I began to seriously think about remaking my old system, this time using better elements, more efficient panels, lithium batteries, and a pure sine wave inverter with a higher power capacity than the old one I had, say 3000 watts. With such system, I could survive a blackout lasting a couple of weeks or more without losing the fridge, the lights, the computer, my cell phone charge, and the television. My finished project would look like this. In the main panel board there would be the outlets for the 220 volt circuits, channeling and protecting the two phases for the two air conditioning systems, each one of them individually protected. There would also be two circuit breakers for the microinverter's power drop cable. There would also be two more circuit breakers to protect each circuit for the 110 volt outlets in two areas of the building. On the other hand, the off-grid 3000 watt inverter would have its own protection in an additional panel board, with a 2-wire outlet for wiring the fridge outlet and all light sockets around the house. This new project would not be implemented immediately, since the parts needed are expensive. I hope this idea will serve as inspiration for some of you who have already gone through the experience of a total lack of electricity in a whole state. To follow my project closely, please subscribe to my channel. Chao Tarin.